And when you get done and have leftover parts,
we are the worst DIY people. What's up, guys? Welcome back to TB and Off-Road. We are back in the shop today working on Cory's truck. We're installing a set of LoadLifter 7500 airbags. I've got a set on my Ram and it's a game changer. It hauls so much nicer once those are installed.
And we're adding wireless air.
And wireless air because he's fancy. So we've got everything laid out. We will walk you guys through the install. Let's get after it. So Airlift gives you some beautiful colorized photos in their instructions. We're actually going to start in the middle of the instructions because, well, we're men. It's a miracle we're actually using instructions. So first thing you're going to do is grab the buckets. You're going to make sure that the round part of the bucket goes down towards the table. We'll set those on. Then we will grab the plates. So there are actually 4 plates. 2 of them have square holes for carriage bolts. 2 of them have round holes. We need the ones with the square holes. We'll set those on top.
Make sure you install the carriage bolts in the square holes first.
And then grab the 3/8 by 3/4 button head Allen bolts, and we'll tighten those down. You want to make sure, since these are mirrored images of each other, that you've got one down low, then the opposites on the opposite side and down low, if that makes any sense at all, but they should be mirror images of each other. All right, we will tighten those down with a 7/32 drive. And then we will move on to the air fittings. So the air fittings already have sealant on them, so you shouldn't need thread sealant. It says to tighten those down, finger tight plus 1.5 turns. And it is a 1/2 inch wrench to tighten those down.
1.
These also swivel once they're tight, so you can send your airline in from any direction.
You said not to do it my way. I think we're doing it my way now.
Okay, well, we messed up already. This is what happens when you partially read directions. they have to slide they are 1 1/4 inch carriage bolts into the square holes before you tighten it down, or else you can't actually fit the bolts in there. So
minor details.
Cory's doing that now.
I mean, they have good pictures.
Yeah,
if we look at them.
Great pictures, and once again, if we would just read. All right, so now we need the 3/8 inch large flat washer. We're moving on to the lower brackets. Then you're going to set the flat washer on one of these guys. Opposite sides. Grab the other one too. And then 3/8 by 1 1/4 inch hex head cap screw. We'll go up through the bottom of that.
Okay.
And then tighten that down with a nut. That's probably not the right size. Oh, it is.
It's boring.
Torque to 31 foot-pounds. All right, 9/16 wrench and, oh, okay. Torque wrench.
Torque. Does everybody like click it twice just for good measure, or 3 times? I do. Check.
Okay, next we're going to take the long carriage bolts and you're going to slide them in the holes opposite of the flange, so or the opposite of the washer side you just put in.
1, 2.
Okay.
Get this one. Moving on up.
Okay, so bottom side, you are going to take the dish, set that on. Then you're going to take the bottom bracket. Once you've got the washer installed, you'll slide the long carriage bolts through and then connect the bracket with the 3/4 inch Allen heads. These get torqued to 20 foot-pounds. All right, we're underneath the truck now. We've got the bags assembled, so now we've got to take off that bump stop right there and then bolt a plate to it to bolt the bags to it. The directions recommend that you take the wheels and tires off, and we were going for speed instead of following the directions, so.
Lazy.
Yeah, we're lazy, but okay, now we'll bolt the plate on. Okay, so now we've got the mounting plate that goes where the bump stop was. the big hole, this is the driver's side of the truck, the front's that way. The big hole goes on the outside of the frame. You're going to put a bolt in the slot and then a bolt in the small hole.
You know, it'd be easier.
What?
Taking this tire off. Okay. 6.
All right, 6 mil to run those Allens in.
Okay.
And those should be torqued with your redneck torque to 30 foot-pounds. I didn't hear the click.
Click. When the handle snaps in half, that'll be a click.
All right, so there's the driver's side, move the passenger side. Okay, same thing on the passenger side. The big hole is gonna face the outside of the frame, and then the slot is gonna be on the back side. Can't really see with his gigantic hands in the way, but there you kind of get it.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay, now we will mount the bags. Okay, so we went to slide this up in there and we realized that somehow we had these top plates flipped 180 degrees. So if you look at the directions, we were mirroring them off of the bolt locations, but what we missed was the slot. So we basically took the plates off, we flipped them 180 degrees, reattached them, and now everything lines up.
Yay for pictures.
So we did end up having to take the tire off in order to fit the bag in.
Look at that one fit in there.
Want to go up again?
You can.
Now he needs me to make it go higher. Okay, now we're going to attach the top plates together. All right, bracket. And 10 foot-pounds on the nuts.
Professionally installed. Didn't you say something about this vent line?
Well, it says some models might have the vent line in the way and you have to zip tie it, but that is not in the way, so you're good. They've extended yours.
Then, done.
Okay, passenger side, you're gonna take the whatever, spring cup perch thing. Set that on, then your bracket goes on. You're gonna mount the washer on the same side as the air fitting. And then use your little 3/4.
Right there's the air fitting.
Yeah, there's the air fitting.
What were these? 20 foot-pounds? 30 foot-pounds? I don't remember.
One redneck ugga-dugga.
Slip
All right,
that.
passenger side install. You need me to slide that down, don't you?
Here.
Okay, so you're gonna line up the top plates.
All right. There you go. You can jack it up if you want. Let me rephrase that.
Here it comes.
Check, check.
Okay, now the lower bracket. That was 9/16 if I didn't say it right. Okay, cool. So the bags are mounted. Now we got to move on to mounting the air compressor and the air lines. So now we're moving on to the air lines and this directions. So we're starting with the manual backup first. You got to make sure we're going to use this in the license plate bolt holes. So you want the spring washer in the back with a hex nut. We'll slide it through the hole. Then you'll put on the rubber washer, then the flat washer, and then the hex nut. Push.
Yeah. Nailed it.
The other side. No, you need rubber and then flat washer and then hex.
Flat.
Oh yeah, it needs to go like, it'll probably pull itself towards you. I think it's the burrs from drilling that hole.
And nut. Right there. Your fingers on the hole.
Yeah, it's.
Right there. Push it through. Push it through. Push it through. You got it. Yay!
Is there a lot sticking out that we can still get the... Oh, damn it. You need to put the license plate on first.
They go on behind the nuts. I was going to ask you. I was like, where's the fancy nuts that holds this on?
Is that tight now?
Yes.
You just don't want them to back up. There.
You can probably tow from the license plate now.
Okay, so we've got everything mounted. The compressor's mounted. We didn't show you guys any of this because it was honestly really boring. It was just running wires and airlines. So this is the driver's side of the truck. It's obviously the DPF filter, but I I think it told you not to mount the logo upside down or kind of facing down here, so the whole thing was rotated. So they give you a big U-bolt. They also give you a template if you want to drill into the frame. They give you bolts, they give you self-tappers, whatever you want to do. And then you basically just have to run this wiring harness. And we ran this up and around, and then it runs the frame rail all the way to the front of the truck. It kind of slides up in between the frame and the inner fender well. I'll show you where it comes back out, but nice and clean. And then, so I'll show you that, and then we'll go check out the airbags. So front of the truck, wires kind of come down through there. And then we've got a bunch of extra. We just kind of coiled it up for now. The one thing we still have to do, we didn't have the right wire fittings, but the pink wire, the pink wire I've just got taped off right now. If you want this to come on with ignition only, then you can essentially wire that to like a fuse tap and then run it over to the fuse box over there. Right now it's just lined up, or it's just wired to the battery. So that's what the front looks like. Let's go check out the airbags. So the bottom of the compressor has a 1 and a 2. The 1 is the driver's side, the 2 is the passenger side. So they give you plenty of airline. We essentially ran it all the way up. The driver's side, we ran through the tube across to the other bag. The passenger side just kind of runs up the frame rail, comes into the bag. So kind of runs across the top of the frame rail, comes into the bag. The T comes from the Schrader valves in the back of the truck, the ones that we ran into the license plate. So if for some reason the compressor would fail, we could still pump these up manually. But both sides essentially look like this. We kind of, we did have to drop the spare tire and feed the airlines around that. But other than that, just a simple run the airline and hook it up to the bag. Okay, when you initially pair this controller, you have to pull the fuse up in the engine bay for 5 seconds, hook it back up, then this goes into pairing mode. You do have to select the manifold. It'll be like the very top line. You just hit the center button and select that, then it'll pair. So once it's paired, you can see the pressures from both sides, and then you can use the up and down button to set whatever desired pressure you have. And then once you have the desired pressure, oh wow, he's going a lot. So there's 50, he's gonna hit the center button. Heard that turn on.
And while that's pumping up, you can actually isolate each side still with the remote.
Say that again.
So if you have, you know, 2 heavy people on the right side of the vehicle, because I am, you can pump up this right side airbag if needed. You can inflate this one 5-10 pounds heavier than the left if you need that.
Yeah, so to do that,
You just select.
you would just click left or right.
You see it says 36 now and 50, so I can change one side by 5 pounds.
Yeah, so if you had a out of centered load, if you will, or an offset load, you could level the truck that way. But what's that up to now?
So right now it's on the right side stop, and it's still pumped on the left side up.
There you go.
50.
So might be hard to see on camera, but that is there's obviously no weight on this, so it pumped the truck up maybe an inch or so. So pretty cool, nice, quick, easy. And then, like I said, if you want to use manual inflation, you could just literally hook I've hooked a bike pump before, like a literal bike pump for a bike tire. They pump up pretty quick. So overall, pretty awesome system. Okay, and last thing, the 1, 2, 3, you can set a preset. You literally just set whatever pressure you want. You press and hold for a few seconds, and then it'll come up. I already set the 3 to be 5 PSI, which is your empty kind of safety weight. And there you go. And it'll deflate pretty quick. There you go. So now 5 PSI, you're ready to drive around empty, and the system's good to go. All right, guys, that is it for this project. Overall, what did it take us?
About 4, maybe 5 hours.
Yeah, but we didn't read the directions and had to redo things multiple times that we might not have shown you. So,
Well, we went back and read the directions 3 times till we got it right, you know.
So overall, pretty simple install. So I will link the airbags and the compressor in the description below. You can get those on Amazon. Let's see, TBN Offroad, Facebook, Instagram for more behind the scenes content, tbnoffroad.com for our ride schedule and our new merch, so go check that out. We appreciate the support. We will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.